Hi again, everyone. My name is Shanae Owen from the Dia Lab in Jamaica, and I'm here to present to you Module 3 of our entrepreneurship course that we have been teaching at the Dia Lab to our beneficiaries. So we've done Module 1 and 2 already. I'm hoping that you enjoyed those modules so far. So we're here with the third and final module under this particular course, okay? So without any hesitation, let's jump into it. So module 3, we're going to talk about social enterprises. You know, what is the difference between a social enterprise and a charity? And then we're going to look at some social enterprises around the world and look at a few examples in Jamaica as well. This is a shorter out of all 3 modules, so this won't take very, very long. All right, so what is social entrepreneurship, right? Or social enterprise. So a social enterprise or social business is defined as a business that has specific social objectives that serve its primary purpose. So a social enterprise or a social business is defined as a business that has specific social objectives that serve its primary purpose. Social enterprises seek to maximize profits while maximizing the benefits to society and the environment, right? So as opposed to regular entrepreneurship where it wants to maximize profits to put back into the business, the social enterprise wants to maximize profits while maximizing the benefits to society and the environment. Their profits are principally used to fund social programs, right? Now, understanding social entrepreneurship. So it exists at the intersection of private and volunteer sectors. So it's kind of where there's a merger between volunteerism and actually running a business, right? Having an entrepreneurial activity. They seek to balance activities that provide financial benefits, such as social goals, such as providing housing to low-income families, jobs to foster independence for vulnerable females, job training for youth, or supporting the community feeding program, right? So these are some of their social goals. Typically what you'll find with a lot of social enterprises is that they employ people from the community to actually work in the business itself, so that you're offering employment to those persons where they would have otherwise been unattached. Now, the difference between a social enterprise and a charity. So while earning profits is not the primary motivation behind a social enterprise, revenue still plays an essential role in the sustainability of the venture. And that's underlined red as well, because we don't want people to confuse the two. Like it's earning profits is not the primary focus, but still the social enterprise needs to earn money to keep it afloat, right? To still be able to pay their, to address their expenditures and to purchase more raw materials or more equipment, and to also be able to put into the social programs that are in the community. Sustainable revenue differentiates a social enterprise from a traditional charity that relies heavily on outside funding to fulfill its social mission, and that's in green, right? Traditional charities depend on outside funding to fulfill their social mission, while social enterprise is a business that already is accumulating money and then they place it into these social programs or put it back or reinvest into the community. That's the major difference between the two. This goal does not mean social enterprises cannot be profitable. It simply means that their priority is to reinvest profits into their social mission rather than put that fund payouts to shareholders, all right? So the priority is to reinvest profits into their social mission rather than fund payouts to shareholders. Now, a lovely, very simple to the point diagram here. Social enterprise, so we put the profits and the passion into it, and the marketing, the mission, and the innovation, and the community feel into it. And then it will start to spill over into benefiting the community on a wider scale, right? Social enterprise for you. All right, some social enterprises around the world. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So you have Divine Chocolate, which is a fair trade chocolate company co-owned by the cocoa farmers and cooperatives in Kuala Kuku in Ghana. Right? And it connects professionals with flexible employment opportunities. So as you can see right here, the cocoa farmers, the cocoa business actually employs persons from the community to work on the farms, right? Because they're in the community anyway and they're already disenfranchised or unattached. So what better way to uplift the community than giving the members of the community employment so they can feed their families, send their children to school. Right, so that's one example in Ghana. The second one now is Elvis and Crest organization, which is based in London. The organization really takes industrial waste materials and turns them into stylish luggage and handbags, and donates some of the profits to the firefighters charity as well. And they do employ some persons in the communities that they would normally find the waste material as well. And some quick examples in Jamaica. You have some communities in Jamaica that are cultural heritage sites. So what they've done, they've literally turned their community into a business, a heritage business, where they employ persons in there to act as tour guides, in the community as tour guides. And that business basically sustains the entire community. They have restaurants in there. So it's really, really interesting. And you have a fair amount of communities that are heritage sites in Jamaica. So I know a lot of them tend to do those type of tour operations. And you have some communities that do fish farming. Their business is fish farming, and they employ everyone most working at most adults of the working age, they employ to be a part of the business, and then proceeds go back into the business and to social programs. And to the top right hand corner, you'll see the lovely furniture there. Those are tires. So you have a community that actually it's a largely a mechanicking community, rural as well, and they just use the tires from old cars and turn them into furniture. And it's just strictly persons in the community who are involved in that business. So here, there are some examples from Jamaica, and there are lots and lots and lots more in Jamaica as well. I challenge you to look at your respective home countries and think about if there are any social enterprises that exist. But unlikely they are, because they're quite common. But take a look and try to write them down and see, and you can probably realize that there are more than you think, right? So I challenge you to do that in your home countries. Try to think of the social enterprises that exist there. Look at what we've talked about, what makes a social enterprise, what their the goals are, and then you can decide if the organization is indeed a social enterprise. All right, just to recap, we talked about social enterprise versus charity, and then we looked at social enterprises around the world, including in Jamaica. Now, I want to say thank you. That's a wrap for this module and for the entrepreneurship course, Introduction to Entrepreneurship, by the DLab. It was my pleasure. And you can always email, remember, it's son@ileja.org, or you can email this person here that you see on the screen, Dwayne Gutsmere. He's the CEO of the company. If you have any questions for him that are on the CEO level, right, please feel free to pass any questions on to him. But it was my pleasure, certainly, to be able to deliver this content. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. It's 1, 2, 3 modules. I enjoyed myself as well. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in, and I will see you another time.